months of winter, the battle begins. On the ice where legends win. Skate slice through the ice so cold, chasing dreams of silver and gold. Glory on ice, we fight for the win. In the bowl, the battle within. With every shot and every stride, we chase the cup with hearts of pride. Voice thought us, minds stirring up. We control the battle, burning home. Why will pain and learning some in the bowl line. Glory on ice, we fight for the win. In the bowl, the battle within. With every shot and every stride, we chase the cup with hearts of pride. From Buffalo's roar to San Jose's wave, each team fights each moment brave. Under the lights where heroes are made. In the bowl where memories won't fade. Glory on ice, we fight for the win. In the bowl, the battle within. With every shot and every stride, we chase the cup with hearts of pride. Glory on ice, we fight for the win. In the bowl, the battle within. With every shot and every stride, we chase the cup with hearts of pride.
Hello, everybody. Can everybody hear me? We're only a three-man group. Louis is a ding dong and could not make it. That's okay. And I'd like to introduce two members of the bowl community who have graciously donated their time to make their predictions, talk about the upcoming bowl soft cap league. Joey, our newly anointed vice president. Say hi, Joey.
Hello, everybody.
There
Your
you go.
favorite Jewy here.
And then you got the GM of all three leagues. I forgot to say Joey is also a GM across all three leagues. But yeah, it is. And then we have another GM across all three leagues is Choog. Say hi, Choog.
Hey, I used to be vice president.
Yeah, stop living in the past, Choog. All right. Now in this particular show, Bowlcast, we're talking specifically about bowl soft cap league. So basically, it is a league where there is a hard cap, but you try to want to stay below 7.5 mil from the hard cap while staying above the cap floor. We're into our, I think, is it our fourth season? No, we're in our sixth season.
Yeah.
I want to say
For soft
That
cap?
long already?
No, we just finished 94, correct?
We're entering our sixth season. We started in 89-90. This is the 94-95 season.
Oh wow, that flew by.
Yeah. Blaze's real life is hijacking his he's not quitting or anything like that. He just the extra responsibility. Real life is just in the way right now. And that's fine. I mean, we don't want. I know I wanted Louis here too. I wanted, what the hell's his problem? We wanted Louis here. But next time. We'll get him next time. And yeah, And so this is our first time running a preview show where we run down our predictions of each division, what our takes are, and what we're going to do is we'll just focus on one division and make our predictions all at the same time. Provide some context, take some data, some feedback from the chat, some GMs or that, and yeah, let's roll with it. All right. So, what division do you guys want to start with?
Let's be selfish. I want to start with the Adams.
You want to go Adams division? All right. So we're gonna go. We're gonna go with Choog. Pick a team, and then we're gonna figure out what's the position that you think they're gonna finish in.
I don't know why, but I don't have the drop down things on mine. So if you could put them there for me
What?
on your thing, there's little drop downs.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't see those.
You don't see those? Oh, okay.
Double click on the space. That's how mine show up.
Oh, okay. No, I got it. Okay, so obviously I think it's gonna be Montreal again. I don't think they got any worse. I think they only got better.
Montreal. Last season, they were the best team in the division. Now, my question here is, they did get Stéphane Richer from Vancouver. That's going to bolster their lineup. In terms of depth, did you put Montreal?
I did a couple times. It goes and then it disappears.
Okay, I'll put it. Montreal. And we'll put Montreal there. I agree. I don't know though. I think the Adams division is slowly because this is the last season with Buffalo in the league. There's going to be.
Well, that was my thinking. Buffalo is the only team that was close, and they don't even have a GM. So
Yeah, I mean, I still think Montreal is stacked on the back end. When your top five or Gusarov was like, I mean, like even their six is tight, tight, tight. I don't know how they keep winning with the goalie tandem that they have with Jeff Hackett and Jimmy Waite. I don't know how they do it, but that's a
Montreal's
testament.
defense is just disgusting.
Montreal or Skyven Drake himself predicted that he was going to finish first in this
Yeah.
division.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. When Rick Tocchet is number 3 on your depth chart at right wing, I know they just acquired Kristich from Boston. They just traded Adam Creighton to Washington for Scott Pellerin, so that's some good bottom six.
Well, some insight there. I was buying Cap basically. I was under the cap floor.
I'm inclined to agree. Montreal will finish first. I don't think they really took a step back. What about you, Joey? You agree?
Yep, I also had Montreal in first.
And the thing is with
Yeah, basically the
Montreal,
same reason. Now they lost Gary Galley on defense to me, but that defense core is still pretty sick looking.
yeah, and the past 3 seasons, well, the past 2 seasons for Montreal, Skyven Drake has turned them into a powerhouse. And
there's the goaltending. Like Hackett alone can steal games.
See, I don't know. Put Hackett on a team.
No?
Put Hackett on any other team other than Montreal. See, that Montreal is so strong on the back end. It's tough to.
They just got Smela too. I just realized that.
They hit a career high in hits last season. They hit more. Like their goaltending last season was middle of the road for them in terms of them. I think if they can stay healthy, I think they'll do some damage. However, like the past 4 seasons for Montreal, the amount of injury days is no less than 230 days. That's bad. I
It's
mean,
really bad. Yeah.
it's like last season they lost 360 man games to injury.
Well, I asked Ivan Drake what his goal this offseason was, and he says to get more players that fit the style of hockey he wants to play. Two-way net front hockey. So I guess
Right.
that means more robust fellas.
Now, I think offense is going to be very it's not going to be as frequent as before because they did trade away Pavel Bure. I just noticed that on the depth chart. I was looking for him. Um and they did have a team record for power play percentage. I think that's going to drop. Um I don't think they'll be as good as last year, but I think they're good enough to be number 1. So, let's go with that. All right. Well, at least we're in consensus here. So I'm going to put Montreal here as well. Because obviously they're going to be a division winner. So we're going to put Montreal. For those who want to follow along to the sheet, I posted a link in the Discord for those who are watching live. All right. Next up, Joey. Pick who's gonna finish second in the
So,
Adams division.
second overall. It was a toss-up between two teams, but based on off-season moves, I'm going to place. Don't laugh at me. I'm putting myself, the Boston Bruins, in second.
Wow, that's a
Despite
surprise.
despite our defensive core issues, we seem to have overcome them the last few seasons and made it deep playoff runs. I mean, it's no, I can't describe it any other way.
Everyone start
I
booing.
think, no, boo. And I think Lemieux is going to make a. I think he's the key we needed.
Okay, interesting.
I don't disagree. I don't think without a GM, I don't think Buffalo improved at all over the offseason. So,
I was gonna have I was gonna have Buffalo in second, but they just lost Sakic, so that's kind of a
yeah,
big hole to fill.
they're gonna drop.
On paper, yeah, on paper. Um, Goes without saying on paper, Boston is way better than Buffalo. However,
There's always a however, and it's always the defense and definitely Mr. Poopa in net because I have seen the good and the ugly with that man.
um, my big questions are the back end. Um, Poopa did better? Did Poopa do better than Richter? Yes, quote unquote.
Marginally, yes.
Marginally, yes. But that
Yeah.
was but what the reason why but the thing is that during the Richter days, Boston was loaded on the back end. Now, the big question is while Tim Thomas is waiting in the wings, they acquired Tim Thomas over the offseason, but he's only 20. I don't think he's ready to. I think he could step in a backup goalie opportunity, like role, and maybe steal a couple of starts from Pupa down the road.
Might take him 20 years.
To wait
However,
till he's 26.
however, I don't think the Juice Man per Juice is going to be better. Like I mean, he won the Bork last year. I don't think he's going to repeat that this year.
No,
Uh,
but he is also further down in the lineup this year. He's going to be on the second pairing instead of the first, like he was last year. So I think that'll actually help him.
Yeah, he is number 2 in the depth chart. Uh, Doug, yeah, I mean, your top guy is Gary Galley. Um, but I mean, Keith Carney is probably your best defensive defenseman right now.
A lot of good scoring defensemen. I don't know about defensive defensemen.
Choog, you're going number 2 for Boston. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say number 3 for Boston.
What?
How dare you?
Under who?
You'll see. You'll see.
I can actually see that too. I'm not going to disagree with you there.
If FHM is any indication, you need a balance of good defensive forwards and good defensive D with good offensive D with good, you know what I mean? You need a balance. You can't. Although Boston,
I don't know. That Boston offense is stacked. Lemieux, Messier, Solani, and Neely.
yeah, but Neely is one dimensional. He always has been. Um, he fits the Boston mold.
That's why I got him on the offseason. He fits that mold perfectly.
Like,
I mean, he wasn't that great in Calgary, minus 30 every year.
yeah, but Calgary was terrible.
Yes, yeah.
Calgary stumbled out of the gate. They tried to build a bruiser mentality. I think Calgary. Well, we'll get to Calgary later, but they did not have a good season at all. Thing is that the bottom 6 of Boston has no defensive players. Like, they have a lot of good offensive guys, like Bob Carpenter. His still can still contribute. Sean Burr, acquired from Pittsburgh. He's a banger. He always leads the league in hits. That's a great acquisition from Pittsburgh. Or did you sign him?
That he was a free agent signing. Yeah.
So he was a good acquisition. He'll, put him in the bottom 6. He's a good banger. But down the middle, you put Burr with Tim Taylor, but no one on, and maybe Mike Stapleton.
So these lines that you see, I've actually updated them since then because I've played around with my lines a little bit. So right now, can I just read you off my lines that I have?
Yeah.
So I have real quick. I have Newendike, Lemieux, Solani, Messier, Allison, Neely, Burr, Zezel, Carpenter, Ziedzik, Taylor, Stapleton. That's my top 12.
That first line might get you 300 points.
Well, I
So
don't know. Mark Messier didn't have a great season last season.
No, he didn't. So
I
I'm
mean,
kind of hoping that with him on the wing, with a lesser role, will help him.
like I'll throw it out there. It's not a 1A, like it's not a 1C, 2C. Those are 2 first line centers. Now, obviously, we'll give it to Mario and Mark Messier. I still think he could be a good first line, but um, unfortunately, it pushes Jason Allison down, and I think Jason Allison, his production is going to take a hit as a result. It pushes him
I
down.
don't
We
know.
will see.
18 passing, 20 defensive read. That's kind of insane. I think.
Oh, it is insane, but to me, it's not.
He's only 19. I
Yeah,
if you don't
but
want him, I'll take him.
the reason
I'm going
why,
into the season.
yeah, but the reason why he's buried down, that shows how much depth that they have. Because Allison, you put Allison on the first line, he almost did he win Rookie of the Year? He came close,
He came close. He did not, though.
but you could put Lemieux, Solani, and put anyone else. And technically, Joe Nieuwendyke's a natural center. And so Boston
Correct.
has. So
Yeah, I'm trying to.
you have too much of a good thing. I think having I now Boston's gonna win every game by scoring 5 goals because I think Pupa's always gonna give up 3.
That's the only way we win. That's how
Yeah.
we're scoring our problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like last season, Boston broke team records for shots for. middle of the road for goaltending or for offense, 320. So that's going to go up. Goaltending was their second worst year defensively. Penalty kill was decent.
Well, I'm curious then. Who do you think is going to be better than Boston, given all this?
Well, that leads me to my turn to make my prediction. I think it's still going to be Buffalo.
I don't think so. Losing Sakic, I think that brings them down one.
I don't think I still think this is it's going to be Yarmir Yager's coming out party, because right now Yager has been stifled. I don't think they utilized him right, and I think this is where this season's going to be his breakout year. Where do you have Buffalo in your division, Choog?
Fourth.
You have them fourth.
Oh wow.
Okay.
I think Ottawa leapfrogs.
What about you?
I had Buffalo third in mine
Okay, let's put
because
him
even
there.
without Sakic, I mean they like I had Yager as my key player for them. Like you just said, they can still carry the team.
Now let's look at. I just want to look at Buffalo's depth chart. Obviously, their biggest weakness is center, but you move Wes Walls to center, or you move Craig Simpson to center, uh, or even Martin Straka. Like, they have a lot of versatile forwards that you can really put them anywhere. Like Kirk Muller is the guy. Bob Kudelski is not. Terry Yake is obviously not. But the thing is that they have a lot of players that can slot right into the center role, no problem. And I hate to say it, but their back end, their defensive core is probably one of the best in the league. Jet Brown, Ozelinch, Scott Niedermeyer, that no one talks about, Teppo Numminen, Gonchar, and Tom Kerbers. I mean, Bill Ranford was one of the top 2-3 goalies in the season in the league last season. I don't know, man. I think Buffalo underachieved for too long. They haven't looked back since missing the playoffs last season, and
Well,
um, their first season in league.
correct me if I'm wrong, but Buffalo led the division for good chunk of the season last year, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah. Injuries killed them. 300 missed man days last year. Only their first season where they only have missed 74 man games. Every season since then, they've missed at least 300 man games to injury. And that's been the Achilles heel for Buffalo right now. Their guys cannot stay healthy. But I
I think it's Ottawa over Buffalo.
you want to make your prediction?
Yeah, well, my reasoning is that Ottawa last year was only slightly worse than Buffalo defensively, 2 goals worse, which is basically nothing.
Okay.
And Buffalo's Sakic, who got 125 points for them, is now first line center for Ottawa on an already young team that's only going to be better than last year. I think they leapfrog.
Really?
Defensively, they're pretty wimpy.
Okay.
But they have like a really balanced 6 defensemen.
See,
There's no star.
I have them fourth. What do you have them, Joey?
I had them fourth as well on mine.
Okay, so for me,
It,
they have no goaltending. They haven't changed their goaltending in God knows how long.
That is true.
Tim Shovelday is not the guy. When your top guy is Blaine Locker and he's 1.5 agility, goaltending, and mentality is
This
14,
is FHM though.
It doesn't matter. I mean, in a regular season,
I've made it to the Cup Finals in bowl with a 1-star goalie.
yeah, but you had a good defensive base in front of him. I don't think Ottawa has defensively.
Well, last year, how are they only 2 goals against worse than Buffalo? With
Last year, I thought they showed signs at parts of the season that they could be a playoff team.
yeah, I think
And
they're
then
gonna.
they,
I think they're gonna shock some people.
I think they'll make
Their
the
forwards are
playoffs.
so good.
I think they'll make the playoffs on the back of what's his face Sakic, but they only had 248 goals last year. You think that's Sakic's probably gonna
I
add
think.
what 50 goals to that, and it's still
I think
not
I think him plus the growth of the young guys, like half his team is 22 or younger.
right.
I don't know. I think they'll shock some people. My
They are
prediction. If I'm
they
wrong,
are improving. Like,
if I'm wrong by season's end, I'll own it. But I think they'll be better.
do I think they'll be better than last season? 110%. Do I think they're gonna be better than Buffalo? I mean, yeah, on paper, offensively, maybe Ottawa has better. Like, I mean, Michael Pekka had a career year last year, 88 points, 60 goals. Like, I mean, that's crazy. Todd Marchand, but Todd Marchand, uh, he's more of a defensive forward. But they have aging play like Neil Broughton, like as your third line center. I don't see it. I really don't see it. They are going to do better than last year, but they're very weak on the left wing and they're very weak on the right wing. I mean, Trevor Linden, Sakic, and Rob Brown. There's nothing. Seager had a career high, but I don't. I don't see him. I don't know. But which leads me. Let's go to number 5. I have Hartford. Number 5. Whoops, wrong tab. Where do you guys have Hartford?
I have Quebec there.
Where do you have Hartford though? Let's just
6.
Okay, let's just focus on Hartford. And Joey, where do you have Hartford?
oh man, this sucks because I have an arrow back and forth between these two teams because it could really be either way. But I have Hartford at 5. They're still
Hartford.
they're not horrible. You know.
As a franchise, Hartford is in serious trouble. No draft
Yes.
picks. They haven't really, like, the only reason why I give Hartford somewhat of a shot is because their back end and their goaltending, like Grant Pierce, still good. Is what's gonna win them games. But offensively, when your top prospect is Lassie Purieta and he's only a 2-star potential,
They have fallen from grace.
well, they traded all their draft picks to win their first 2 championships, but now they haven't restocked, and now they lost. And I still question, like, they had some first rounders, but they gave it up for Brent Gilchrist. Like, yeah, he's great defensively. Steve Thomas is still good. He'll be first line, I'm gonna assume. Craig Janney's still the guy. He's still young, 27. Joe Juno might
Grant,
reclaim his, but he missed
I mean,
he
Grant Fuhr is even getting up there in age, and they have no goaltending up besides him.
Ulf Dolan, but Bobby
I
Holik's
just think
still
that they're
good.
top heavy. If their top guys don't produce, then they're gonna have a hard season.
Yeah, but
Offensively, for sure. Defensively, I think they're solid.
I I I think Titus built a good mix of offensive with defensive on the back end. Like, yeah, Malakoff and Leach carrying the offensive load. Steve Chiasson did good, but he's kind of like a two-way guy. Ken Danico can beat the shit out of you. A 17 defense rating is insane. Um, they're gonna steal some wins, but yeah. Um,
Yeah, their prospect pool is pretty dire. Looking at this.
Oh yeah, it's bad. It's bad. I mean, sometimes you got to trade. Sometimes you got to trade draft picks to if you're in win now mode, quote unquote.
And don't forget to sign your guys too. You don't have a minor team, whoever Hartford is. It's just Jeff Daniels.
Oh, because it's probably because they're all on the main club. I didn't import yet either, so
Yeah. Well, Jeff Daniels is going to carry the.
I think I'm gonna be wrong. I think it's flip flop between Hartford and Quebec, but I'm gonna say
It's a gamble, really.
it's yeah. So at number 6 for me, it'll be Quebec.
Same here.
And the only reason why you have him at number 5, Choog?
Yeah.
Quebec had probably, I mean, undisputably probably one of the best drafts I've ever seen because he stockpiled probably what, like 5 or 6 first rounders.
Team is just very balanced. Like there's no real weak spot.
Well, he signed Guy Carbonneau, unrestricted free agent. Great defensive forward for the bottom 6. Stole him from Washington. Also stole Michael Pivonka. These guys are going to be plugs while the young guys like Milan Hajduk, Jeff Friesen, get while they develop. Marcus
Well,
Naslund.
I did get some responses from Randy here regarding on how he thinks his season is going to go.
Okay.
He thinks he's going to finish in last in his division. He thinks that we're going to put him last. He says his goal is not to be last.
I'm noticing a theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for this season to be a success, he wants his young guys to develop.
Quebec had their best season last season. I think this is where Marcus Naslund comes out. They had their best offensive season last year, had their best defensive season last year, gave up the fewest goals. They suck in the face-off circle, but that could be that's an easy correction with now that they have Carbonneau. Didn't lose too many guys to injury. They got to work on their power play? Only a 12% power play last season. That's not going to win you games. But one glaring stat for Quebec though, last season a 76.6 penalty kill percentage. That is incredibly bad. Anything lower than 81% is bad, and they got to work on that. They only had 3 shorthanded goals all year last year. Now they had 69 points last year. I mean, in the grand scheme, to make the playoffs on average in bowl soft cap, you got to have at least 72 to 74 points. I noticed that's where like there's the rub. So, but
The Adams division has the clear top half and bottom half right now.
yeah, like Quebec is trending upwards. Now, my hot take is that they're going to be better than 69 points. They're going to be right on the bubble to make the playoffs. The only question is that they need they drafted I still think they have crappy goaltending. That's their Achilles heel. Larry Murphy's up there in age, but he's still good. Jeff Norton is still good. Tverdovsky's young. He's probably going to be slot in. Jean-Jacques Daigneault is average. Their back end sucks. I think the next draft will be stockpiling the back end. Tverdovsky is a good start. Well, Ed Giacomin has appeared. I think he's in the historical league. Yeah, he passed away today. 80 something years old. Okay, so So I think Quebec is going to do better. I think they'll be on the bubble to make the play. I mean, they are on the right path, but now they're still missing pieces on the back end and goaltending. But they're getting there. The front end is pretty much set per se. But if Randy, as long as Randy doesn't trade his players, like I feel that
Season means nothing, Randy. No one sets their lineups. Not like season ready lineups anyway.
preseason means Jack, Randy. This is where you bench your starters and you bring in your prospects to let them improve. Because even if you play your veterans during preseason, their attributes are going to go minus regardless. Every player has a ceiling. Anyone over age of 29 hits that ceiling depending on what their attributes are. They're good. I mean Dino Ciccarelli had a great year for Quebec last year. Kovalenko had a decent year. They're good. They're just not great. Like I mean they got Jeff like Milan Hejduk's gonna be really good for them coming up. Jeff Friesen. But I still think they're 2 to 3 seasons away from being like a perennial shoe in for the playoffs. But so that leads us to our last. So everyone agrees Florida is finishing last.
Sorry, Florida.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just need a couple more years to build up their team. Lots of middle of the road guys, no real star.
Well, I think Senpai's doing a good. He has the right idea. He's building up from the back end up. Like
Yeah, good
Joe,
goalies.
like great
Set on
goalies.
goalies.
Um,
19-year-old Chris Pronger.
yeah, but he's out 3 to 4 months, so that's what's gonna kill.
Yeah.
So that's what's gonna kill Florida right from the out of the gate.
I used to get a good draft pick.
Yeah.
Who's the draft stars of this season, if you know?
They drafted Patrick Elias and Benny Prospel last year, and they also got Sammy Salo. They had a great draft as well. They have a pretty decent pipeline coming in. Now, are they gonna
Yes, Darren Van Imp signed to a $11.1 million contract.
Well, yeah, to get to the cap floor.
I almost did that.
I would never give an $11 million to a guy who's 21 years old. If you want to get to the cap floor, guys, pro tip: find your oldest guy that sucks, and he has 1 year left on his.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could just sign a random guy and then that you never intend to re-sign
Yeah,
to a nice deal.
yeah. You wanna, I mean, because Darren Van Em, he's still a 14 defensive attribute. He's still a bottom, but I still think their back end is pretty decent. But board, like, yeah, they're still. I mean, they got Gary Lehman, but Gary Lehman is pretty much yesterday's news. They got him from New Jersey. New Jersey, he was pretty much a New Jersey castaway. Yeah, they're gonna be starving for goals for sure.
I think if Florida gets more than 30 wins, that'll be a win for them on the season.
Well, let's look.
More than 30 wins.
I mean, 228 goals they scored last year. That's not gonna win. A 46.6% face-off percentage. Oof. That's not gonna win.
We're definitely gonna have to steal some games here.
Yeah, yeah. But they're in trouble with Chris Pronger out 3 to 4 months. He's the straw that stirs the drink, and if he's not there, I don't want to drink from that fountain. All right. Whoops, sorry guys. What division you want to work on, Choog? I'll let you pick the division.
Well, I guess we can go to my division next, the Patrick.
Okay. Who do you think's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be?
get started.
Yeah, who's number
I
one?
think it's Islanders for sure. I mean, it's Min. He's in permanent cut push. So if he finishes anything less than first, I'd be surprised.
Really. Think so, eh?
I don't think anyone is gonna get to that point.
Patrick is going to be the weakest division of all 4 divisions.
I mean,
Again.
last season there was no one within even 20 wins of the Islanders.
Where do you think they're going to finish?
I had them also in first because I can't see them finishing lower than that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
It would take a major injury for him to drop.
but here's the thing though. Min started off trading every draft pick like it was.
Yeah, but he has 8 5-stars on his team.
That's insane.
Like
I think three's a
I
lot.
don't think you could really beat that. Not in the Patrick anyway.
Well, I see 7. I see 7 top. And the thing is that look at who he traded. Like just the guys that he traded in the offseason, he could have easily probably 11, 12 5-stars. Like remember he traded Lemieux. He had Lemieux.
He was feeling generous when he traded Lemieux to me.
Yeah.
Like
24-year-old Nick Lidstrom, 22-year-old Keith Kachuk.
Yeah.
21-year-old Peter Forsberg, 22-year-old Michael Renberg.
And you still have Hasek in net. Like Renberg, well, he's coming back. He's finally back.
Well,
He
the
missed
thing
pretty
is,
much all of last year.
He's had Renberg and Hasek on the trade block still, like the last couple weeks.
Yeah, and he still got Brunette, Keith Kachuk. Yeah, this team is still pretty much stacked.
St. Louis is just waiting to come up. Oh man,
I just
Hey, is Min in the chat?
he must be.
Say something if you are.
yeah, there he is.
Trade me Renberg if you don't want him. I'll take him.
Second most. Yeah, they have the second best. Franchise record. Lost the Cup final last year. They played more physical. They had the most hits franchise history.
I thought I had him. I'm still so mad.
I'll give you Scott Stevens for him.
You got really? Why would you give up Stevens?
I mean, my 2 best prospects are both defensemen, so he's kind of hogging the spot.
Yeah, I know, but you're gonna. Oof.
Let me know. Think about it, man. Message me later.
All right, next up, Joey, pick a team from the Patrick.
So this is purely based on recency bias, but I have New Jersey finishing in second.
Really?
Just how tough they played me in the quarterfinals. I can see them finishing second. Yeah, in that division. Oh yeah.
Bobby has turned this team around. New Jersey has been like hovering in mediocrity for a while. A lot of great prospects coming around the pike. Manny Fernandez, Jeff O'Neill, Brendan Morrison, even Eric Fichot. This team's going to be, because I don't know, like Dale Howardchuk is still pumping out at age 31. Brian Bellows. This team is aging though. I mean, Dan Poos is the guy, and John LeClaire. John LeClaire had a career high year last year. He hit the 50 goal plateau for the first time in his career last year. He also acquired Hammerlick from Calgary. Joe Ricky's still a beast. Like getting him.
Was it Ricky that scored how many goals in the playoffs 2 years ago? He was like the leading goal scorer in the playoffs, wasn't he?
No.
No?
No.
For New Jersey, I mean.
Top. Let me look here.
Because he killed our team 2 years ago in the playoffs, I think.
Well, he had Teppo Numminen, but I think he went to Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, defensively, Keith Brown. The team records for the Devils is Teppo Newman and Keith Brown with 3. Yui Krupp was the setting up goals right, left, and center, but I don't know if he's still in New Jersey. Yeah. Now, Riki, I would love to, I mean, if I had my own team, Riki is the guy. He's a shot blocking machine, and he'll beat the shit out of you. Where do you have the Devils Choog?
I think the same spot, second.
Really? Um,
Yeah, I think Philly will drop down one.
I think New Jersey. You guys are gonna hate me, but I think New Jersey's going third. Hear me out. Um, I feel that they are one bad serious injury away from having a shit season. Um, like Manny Fernandez is probably gonna get some starts back up over Don Beaupre, but oof, I think the Devils are one bad injury away of, because I think Leclerc's the guy. Tell me I'm wrong, guys. They're a one
I don't
line.
know.
They are a one line team, and on paper, defense is not, in comparison to other teams in this division. They're not. Although they had the best offensive season by a long shot last year, over 280 goals. Defensively, they also gave up the most goals historically. Just saying, in their division, like in their team. So I don't know. Yeah, great power play.
I think this whole division, second through maybe fifth, I think that, or even sixth, I think the whole division past the Islanders is toss up.
New Jersey,
But anyone, anywhere.
and a fun fact: New Jersey has never missed the playoffs since we started the league in '89. But only once they got out of the first round. Are they good enough to make the playoffs? Yeah. But I don't know, man. I have them finishing third. I think one team is gonna be better. Are you sure Zelapukin is with? No, oh yeah, Zelapukin signed with you. I thought he went to Washington. Okay. All right, now let's move on. Hold on here.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did we get anything from Bobby?
Oh yeah,
Question
yes we
why?
did. I'll read it out for you here. Where do you predict you will place in your division? He said second if healthy. Where do you think the hosts will put you? Third or fourth? Uh, what is your goal this offseason? To get a little bit more defensive on the forward side.
He
What would
did
be your
that.
season success to get out of the first round and to stay healthy? And then anything else you want to say? And then he said, just would like to thank the Bold Brass for running a great league.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
yeah. The thing is with the Devils is that they have no defensive forwards really. Yves
And
Saroux.
I forgot to read it earlier, but Skyver Drake said good luck and have fun to all the other GMs.
Oh, that's cool. It's crazy how Mike Knuble for New Jersey is not developing.
Caps legend.
Caps legend Mike Knuble. I think John Leclerc will continue. I like I said, I have a feeling someone's gonna get hurt. And Sergei Makarov, I think it's hilarious if you look at his career stats. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's on his fifth team since 1989.
Journeyman.
Yeah, he's played with the Kings first 2 years, and then there was the Matty Cakes expulsion.
The great purge of the Kings.
Yeah. Played one game with the Islanders, got flipped to Pittsburgh, and went to last season. I know, not last season. The season after that, went to Quebec, and then now he's in New Jersey. Second year in New Jersey. It's
He
kind
puts
of
up points though. You got to give it to him.
well, not compared to the what he did with the Kings, but that's because Matt kept putting him on the first line. Matt was just making a meme out of his team, I think. So
Yeah.
all right. Okay, well it's my turn. I'm gonna say Washington. I think Washington's gonna finish second. Where do you think?
I would put myself third.
I had Washington at third as well on
Now,
mine.
I'm going to explain why. Washington.
Okay, if I was a home, I would have put myself second.
The thing is with Washington is I think Jeff Sanderson's gonna have a bounce back season because he was nowhere last year.
He scored 70 goals the year before and then 14 last year. What a nightmare.
19 goals.
19, sorry.
But defensively, I think Washington's the best as they can be. Murat Davidov and Chris Therien are they both won gold lotteries a few years back. Put them on your bottom six or your bottom four, and there's your defensive defenseman because they have the defensive metrics. Right, a 16 defense for Davidov and 16 defense for Therien. Then you got Scott Stevens, who's a 17 defense. Like, it's insane. Now, I think Brian Benning is going to take a little bit of a step back. However, Yanni
I benched him.
You still got Brandon Witt, Radek Bonk coming in, Victor Kozlov, Jason Blake. They do have.
I don't know what kind of Russian steroids Kozlov was doing over the offseason, but he grew like crazy.
Yeah. And they just traded Scott Pellerin for Adam Creighton. At that, you put Bob Bassett in the bottom six with Randy Gillen. I think Tony Tanti's stay in Washington is done. I think Sean Donovan's going to take his job. Peter Bulk has run its course.
It's not updated, but I sent you a picture of my updated roster. I don't know if you saw it.
No, but I don't want to. I have so many screens up. You could just tell me. Mark Barreau can slot in as a good. I mean, they have.
Right, I'll read it off to you. First line is Sanderson, Kozlov, Donovan. Second line is Easbert, Savard, and Blake. Third line is Granado, Yell, and Norris. Fourth line is Basson, Suter, and McIlwain. Then defense, it's Stevens and Davidov, Witt and Terrier, and then Lockinen and Wilkinson.
Washington's Achilles heel has always been offense. Only once they've scored over 300 goals. Caps as another team has never missed the playoffs, but they've always got bounced in the first round all the time. They're great in a face-off circle. I think the last season was their worst year in a face-off circle, and now with Guy Carbonneau gone, it's going to be even worse.
I have faith in Kozlov, Caps legend.
They have reached in goaltending. They were very middle of the road, if you want to call it middle of the road. 247 goals is actually pretty good, but they also scored 247 goals, which is very bad. Caps can stay healthy. But get this, their power play percentage last year was 10.4%. You're not going to win any games with that power play percentage. The worst
Oopsies.
the worst power play percentage by a long shot, next to Anaheim. I think Anaheim had
Well, in my defense, my best player was Guy Carbonneau. My power play was not. It's not my.
Patrick Roy had a
My
great
best
year.
players were Guy Carbonneau and Scott Stevens. It's not looking good with those two guys on your
This
power
was
play.
the second worst season on record for the Caps ever, especially defensively as well. As far as goal differential is concerned, I still think the Caps are going to improve from last year. I just don't. The question is by how much. All right, Joey, pick a team
We're going fourth.
or any team. Pick any team.
Any team, huh?
Well,
All
in
right.
the
Well,
in the Patrick division, who you want to talk about the most?
so I had below Choog's team. I had Philly finishing in fourth.
Really?
That's a
Yeah.
big drop off from their second
I-
last year.
Their goaltending is still pretty solid, but the rest of their team is kind of for me. A lot of mid.
What about you, Chug? What do you have for Philly?
I had Philly in the same spot.
Okay.
I their defense is solid. They don't get scored on a lot. If they can score more goals, I think they'll be much better. Except they have. I'm looking at their roster right now. They don't have the only offensive role player they have is their fourth line center as a screener. Everyone else is some grinder or defensive
Shadow.
forward. Yeah,
I have
this
Philly.
team is bruising.
I'm going to disagree with both of you. I think they're going to finish lower than what you guys are saying, but I don't think they're going to be as bad as you guys think they're going to be. Steve Ruchin had a great season. Travis Green had a career year, almost 50 goals. Daniel Alfredson is finally living up to his offensive potential at age 21. He's developing. Same thing with Brian Savage. He's finally going to have a bigger role. Steve Sullivan's finally going to get some more ice time. Now, I'll give credit to Minerva. He like, I mean, we all know that some of the moves that he's made, he was very desperate to be cap compliant.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And he made some trades that kind of raised a few eyebrows. But he also made a lot of draft picks that offset that put them in the top 10 in terms of pipeline. And remember, he also has 4 first round picks coming up in 1995. He's gonna get the fruits of his labor, because all the first rounders that he made trades for were not from last year. It's from this year.
The system is looking really good.
I mean, 4 first rounders, 2 second rounders.
He is stacked on goalies. He can have a pick of whichever one he wants.
Right, and he can actually trade them. Like, he can literally make a deal to land another first rounder. He can flip Van Beesbrook for a team that's in win now mode. I think they're going to be
Now,
good.
granted, how deep is this next draft class? Because most of his first rounders are all higher seeded teams usually. So he's going to be a late picker at best.
Let's look at the draft class here.
He's got Montreal, Toronto, Buffalo, and his own. So
Brian Berard coming up right in the pike. Zdeno Chara. Mark Savard.
He'll have the bottom 5 picks in the draft.
Daniel Briere.
His pick of the bunch.
Jerome
Roosters
McGinley.
legend Daniel Briere.
Yeah. Jerome McGinley, Shane Doan, Wade Redden.
Sounds pretty stacked.
And
okay, so he'll do okay then.
I think he'll be fine. I'm looking at other prospects here. I just want to see European leagues because European leagues in the '90s had a lot of good guys. Peter Sikora, Marek Zidlicki, Mika Kiprasov, Oli Jokinen, Johan
He's
Or
got
Pick.
so many picks now that I'm looking at it.
Yeah, he's stacked.
3
Pretty
seconds,
stacked
3
draft.
thirds.
But I think he falls victim to a lot of tropes of new GMs. Pavel Datsuk is in the pike, but he won't be available for 2 seasons.
Roosters legend. I'm gonna draft him.
Yeah, in 2 years. But most GMs are not. They because you draft a 5-star guy and they won't hit their stride if you don't put them with the right people right away. But they won't hit their stride until age 21, 22. That's when they start producing, unless they are like in the right position and you catch lightning in a bottle. I think this, and I'm speaking in terms of all bowl leagues. I feel like a lot of GMs are not patient with them and just, oh, he's not producing, I'll flip him. And then they're wondering, well, why is he doing well for that team? Well, you weren't patient enough. I think Philly's going to have a good year next year. Is it going to be their best year? I don't know. Let's look at their record. They made the playoffs last year, did they? Yeah, they got eliminated first round. They might make the playoffs. They had their best year in franchise history, 81 points. Best year offensively.
I'd like to change my answer.
For Philly.
Yeah, I'm gonna move them down one.
Alrighty. Philly. All right, so it's my turn. 4th place. Hold on here. I want to make sure that I'm not talking out of my ass. You all know I'm capable of that. Shit. No, I don't pick. Fuck. Yeah. Okay.
Tough one.
I'm making a deep cut prediction. I'm going Rangers 4th. Despite the injuries that they've had. Choog, where do you have the Rangers?
4th.
But I have them 5th.
Okay. Now let me give you my reasoning. Oliver is a savvy GM. He knows what he needs. He's got a great pipeline with Matthias Ola and Timo Timonen. He built a pretty good. Now, his only Achilles heel, I still think he has a very shitty goaltending situation because Mark Fitzpatrick is out 2 to 3 months. So
Should give Minerva a call.
no. If I was Oliver, I would give Barry a call for Pittsburgh, and I'll explain why after. But Darren Turcotte, Ray Whitney, Robert Reichel, Saku Koivu, Nicolishin's finally going to get some ice time. Sammy Cat. I feel that they have the right pieces to at least. I think Todd Bertuzzi's going to be amazing. He won the Bull Rising Star last year.
I think if the Rangers could really lock it down defensively, they can finish 3rd in the division. I think 3rd is their high.
Yeah, that's their ceiling. It's going to be between Philly and the Rangers. The only reason why I say Philly is because I for 4th is that you cannot, or the only reason why the Philly is dropped to 5th is because it's gonna be between those two for those two positions. I feel like they're gonna be jockeying quite a bit. But I think on paper the Rangers are better offensively. What do you think, Joey? What do you have them at fifth?
At fifth, I got the Rangers.
No, like why? Why do you have them at fifth?
Oh, why? Yeah, take a look at their roster. It was a just an overall look at their roster. They have. I mean, you made a lot of good points with your description with guys coming up, but I don't know their talent level as is just kind of mid. But if people break out, then that's obviously going to change things, and I can definitely see that.
If they get a goalie, if Oliver makes the trade for a goalie, they're gonna be way better than
They
where
have
I put
decent
them.
defense. They have some great forwards. They just need to, like you said, put it all together. That was the problem.
Yeah. They missed the playoffs 2 seasons in a row. They missed the playoffs with 75 points. That kind of shows how strong the Eastern Conference was, the Wales Conference.
But I'm also in Choog's corner with the fact that, like you said, between 2 and 6, I mean, it could be a jumble of teams that could finish anywhere.
Yeah.
So this division is really a mess for me.
Well, the Rangers had their worst year offensively last year, only scoring 276 goals. But that is on the shoulder of missing over 225 man games due to injury. He redeemed some action points to improve Darren Turcotte. He had a middle of the road goaltending. I think Fitzpatrick has hit a ceiling. I think he's going to regress. Oh, sorry, I hit the microphone. I don't know, man. I still think I still think they're. This is where Saku is going to bounce up because their power play was 15%, 15.2 last year. Their penalty killing was okay. They stayed out of the box nicely. I don't know. I think the Rangers will surprise people because he still might want to make some trades. All right, so we're gonna go to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh.
I think Pittsburgh and Philly could go either way depending on how injuries go.
Well, we're all in agreement that Pittsburgh is last, and here's the reason why for Pittsburgh. Barry, he drafted a shit ton of good goalies all last draft. He drafted Nabokov, he drafted Theodore, and he drafted Ty Conklin.
Now, were those scout picks, or was he live in the draft with you guys?
No, that's he submitted a draft list, and his first four picks were goalies.
Goalie list.
He had a full on raging hard on for goalies.
I've never seen someone draft so many goalies at once.
Yeah,
I mean,
purpose.
if you get a monopoly on young, skilled goalies, then you can get some nice.
And you can flip them.
returns from it.
Yeah, you can flip them for. Like, I don't know why he didn't draft forwards. His top forward prospect is Nicholas Sundstrom, but they got no one.
His center depth is gross. Like, not in a good way either.
No. Like, Fleury is still good, obviously. Their top line is great, but beyond that, like, Mike Hartman is a scrapper, and he's your top left winger. It's not looking good. I mean, Brodeur, I think Brodeur is only 22. He's only going to get better. And Czechmanek. I would flip at least one goalie or two goalies because he still has Parsi Newman in as well. I would flip one or two goalies to get some draft capital next season. Wink, wink, Oliver. And there's some teams that are starving for goaltending. So Pittsburgh has goaltending in spades. Why not flip one of those assets for someone good? It doesn't even have to be a draft pick. He could probably get a young guy prospect as well. Some win now teams are going to make that I even see the Islanders making a move.
Oh, if it's a trade, the Islanders are always in talks.
Yeah.
Min is a hawk.
Yeah.
Comes to trading.
He's shrewd for sure.
First on the scene. First on
Yeah.
the scene.
All right, Choog, pick a division, Norris or Smythe.
Let's break up the pattern a little bit. Let's go Smythe.
All right. Who's number one for your team? For your division?
It's gotta be Winnipeg, right? They are insanely good.
While Crump and stuff has built, I don't know what the fuck he's got his team eating. Like, Frederick Lawson should not be this good year in and year out. Ron Hextall statistically had the best season in league history last year. I
and
remember
their team isn't even that crazy. It's just
No,
I don't know how
isn't.
to understand.
he's got the perfect mix. Top two lines, score, score, score. Bottom two lines, defense, defense, defense. He's got the perfect chemistry. He's got spreadsheets coming out of his
tactics
ass.
involved too.
Yeah, I still think
It has to be.
he's got it down pat in terms of
Hey,
chemistry.
Crump, I'll
tactics.
pay you $10 to do my lines and tactics for me.
I still remember when I'm gonna pat myself in the back. I drafted this team for him for the initial draft,
Oh, there it is.
and he didn't like the team. I want to trade Kelly Miller, because he didn't like Kelly Miller. Kelly Miller's probably Kelly Miller. I mean, I know him from Washington. In the real world, he's probably one of the best defensive forwards in the game.
Winnipeg finished with 176 goals against. There isn't a single other team that had less than 200 and what? It's the lowest.
Yeah,
That's insane, man.
130.
He's the only Winnipeg's the only team that gave up less than 200 goals last season.
He's the lowest by like 60 goals. The next guy is 60 goals above him. That's absurd.
Another team that's not missed the playoffs since the start of the year. Now, offensively, did they take a step back from the previous year? Yeah, their goal output dropped by 50 goals, but they also trimmed their goals against by 50 goals. Only one other time Winnipeg only gave up 176 goals. Only one other season they've done that. That was the second year in the league, and they lost in the Cup Finals. They made it to the Cup Finals 3 times and won the Cup once. And you can't. I mean, it's a foregone conclusion. I think everyone wants Winnipeg for first. Am I right in this assessment?
I would bet a couple testicles on that.
I mean, you'd be stupid not to have him first after this year.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why he still has Brad Delgarno. The fucking dude is made out of glass. He's always injured. But I think his days in Winnipeg might be numbered because he's jumped 3 seasons. I mean, he played a full year for Winnipeg last year, but I don't know if this guy's a bum. But I don't know how the fuck these guys he keeps winning with these guys.
I don't know, Wombat. I think Gretzky and Curry were holding you back, apparently.
Well, that's a good segue for number 2 in the league. I'm gonna say San Jose is gonna finish second. Oh, I gotta put Winnipeg first here. Hold on. Winnipeg's too fucking good. I even have them repeating as champions. Or at least getting to the Cup final. But next, I'm gonna say San Jose.
I think that's probably a solid pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I had them second. Almost had them for first, but after last year, I just can't.
San Jose is insanely good as well offensively. They also have great.
Hard to have a bad team with Gretzky.
Wow, Gretzky and Bernie Nichols. The only thing is with San Jose is that their production window is closing. Gretzky's 33. Mind you, he's a 19 offense, but he's still 33.
I mean, he still has I've never seen a 26 passing rating before. 24 offensive rate. I didn't even know the numbers went that high.
Pat Verbeek.
I've seen 21. I've never seen it almost 30. Insane.
Let me look here. The average age.
Team player 27.
The average age of San Jose, technically on paper, is the oldest team in the league. The average age is 28.6.
Oh, the Grandpa Squad.
And Doug Wilson's the oldest guy. He's 37 years old.
Still has it though.
Top 5 oldest teams in the league: San Jose, St. Louis, Detroit, Montreal, and LA. But we'll get to those guys.
LA being one of the oldest teams in the league is rough. Seeing
it also
record last year.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you're right, Dallas. You nailed it. There's going to be a rivalry between between the Islanders and Winnipeg for a while, and Montreal to some extent, and Boston. It's going to be a culmination of the haves versus the have-nots. Now, if I'm going to break down,
I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I think St. Louis could be a part of that group as well.
Well, it comes with a huge asterisk, and I'll get to that in a second. San Jose is one of those few expansion teams that have been successful right out of the gate. I think Parchi is an incredible GM. He knows how to fill positions. He knows when to buy. He knows when to sell. Was it their best season last year? No. Their production dropped by 50 goals. But injuries did them in last year. As players get older, they become more injury prone. So I think San Jose is going to be dealing with a lot of injuries. So that's why I always look at players' attributes, look at their energy level and endurance. If they can't play back to backs at age 37, makes them prone to injury. Got to be careful about that. They don't block a lot of shots. Power play, they're middle of the road. Their PK is good.
That's surprising that their power play was middle of the road.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I say middle of the road was 14.6, but upper echelon of power play in bowl last year was around 16.5 to 17.5%. So they are below the median. So they will compete. But all roads go through Winnipeg. Right? Joey, you want to pick team number 3, your third place for Smythe?
3. Yes, I will gladly do that. And I have the Edmonton Oilers at 3.
Ooh. What do you have, Chugi?
I also had Edmonton. I think those top 3 are pretty set in stone.
I'm going to do a hot take. I think I'm the only one that's actually taking crazy takes here. Let me make sure that I'm not crazy. Yeah, I am leaning in. I think Edmonton's going to finish 4th.
What? And
I'll explain why.
I hard disagree.
I'll explain why in a minute. All right.
They had such a big jump though last year. Almost 20 points.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I don't think the 4th place team is going to make up 20 points over one off season. No, like that's not even anything against them. It's just that that's such a huge gap.
That's why I say Winnipeg. That's why I say Edmonton kind of overachieved last year. I mean, Doug Waite's gonna have a good year next year. Estetikinen.
I could see how they overachieved, but still, that would have to be a huge drop off.
I mean, Pavel Dimitra will finally get his start with Edmonton at age 19.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the rosters. I don't know. I don't
Rob
think
Blake.
you're wrong, but I don't
Rob
agree.
Blake is going to be good for Edmonton. I mean, they're not a bad team. It's just that Vancouver has better goaltending, probably a better
I think
back end.
Vancouver could shock Edmonton, but I think it'll be. I think Edmonton will still squeak through.
Edmonton has better depth. Hey, Oliver.
Hello, Oliver.
That's what did it for me.
But the thing is that Edmonton has a lot of the same type of player. They don't have like defensive defensemen. Estetikinen is probably your best one, but the thing is that he keeps putting Estetikinen top line.
Oh, I forgot to read Parchy's prediction or questions there. If you want me to get those over with now.
Well, look at the sheet. Not everyone agrees with me, Oliver. Well, say what.
Parchy thinks he's going to finish second or third. Archie thinks that we were going to put him third or fourth. That didn't happen. His goal this offseason was to marginally improve the team without spending to the upper limit. His success in his mind for the season would be to reach the Final Four of the playoffs, or to have Gretzky have a good season. And he wants us at some point to talk about our current thoughts on the trade market and thoughts on the lopsided trades with mixed with flipping assets. We can talk about that later.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll talk that in our post-mortem. Yeah. I think on paper Edmonton has the better depth. However, I was leaning on the idea that Edmonton overachieved last year. They are improving. It was their best season ever last year, finishing above 500. But I kind of think they overachieved. I still think they should have held on to Steve Yzerman when they had him. They had a good season in terms of face-off. Percentage was good. They didn't lose many man games. Like they had a perfect, as good a season you could expect from Edmonton. And they had their best defensive team last season. Only gave up 265 goals. But their power play was only 11.4%. They had a great penalty kill last year. A great penalty kill.
I think they'll be better this year.
I think they're going to regress, but I still think they're going to make the playoffs. But which leads to my prediction. Vancouver is going to finish third.
I mean, I don't agree, but I don't hate it either. I put them fourth.
Okay, where do you
Yeah,
have?
same here. I could see that happening.
Now, here's my reasoning for Vancouver. They acquired Pavel Bure. Jerry Roenick finally has a right winger his age to play with him. And Derek King will be the prototypical bruiser on the left wing. Now, they're a one-line team. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But they have better goaltending. Kirk McLean is the guy. Zarly Zalewski is the guy. I just feel that Pavel Bure is the guy that's going to put him over the top. I have a feeling Mariusz Cherkovsky is going to have a career year. John Ogrodnik, I think this is his last year, his swan song. I think he's going to go out a winner. Martin Gelinas, I think, going to replace him as a second line winger. Now, I think
Murray and Ronick is going to be scary.
yeah, it's going to be very scary, and their back. It's going to be carried by their back end because Joel Bouchard and Yanni Ninema and Dan Boyle are going to be amazing for Vancouver. I just feel that I don't think they're going to be better than last year. I just think Edmonton's going to drop off.
Honestly, I would not be shocked at all if what you predicted comes true. But I'm not going to change my answer.
The only reason why I think Vancouver's going to finish third is not because Vancouver's going to be better than last year. I just think it's Edmonton's going to it will not be able to replicate what they did. I think Edmonton overachieved. I think Vancouver's going to find a way back into the playoffs. They missed the playoffs last year. But they had their best offensive year last year without Bury. They had their best defensive year. They had their worst defensive year at 297, but I think that's going to change. Great power play last year, 15.8. Middle of the road penalty kill. They got to stay out of the box. I think that's what killed them last year. But I don't know, man. I think they're going to surprise people. I think Edmonton's going to... I don't want to use the word choke. I think Edmonton's going to be a 500 team next year. And I think Vancouver's going to be slightly better. All right. Joey. Who's fifth place in the Smite division?
Okay, so these last, I think 5 and 6 were kind of tough for me, but I have Calgary finishing 5th.
Whoa.
I have faith in Louis.
Whoa. Okay.
His team is not as bad as they were last year. I can't believe that they were as bad as they were.
Choog, what do you have? Same thing?
6th.
You have in 6th?
Yep.
I want to look at something here.
I think Paul Correa is going to carry Anaheim over Calgary, but we'll get into that after.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's tough. And no, I think I agree with Joey. I think Calgary is going to be 5th.
Calgary, I
This is
think,
my-
has
this is
just
my
a
crazy
slightly
hot
better
take.
team.
The only reason why I think
I
Calgary...
agree.
It's not that Calgary is better. It's just that Anaheim and LA will be worse.
343 goals against compared to Calgary's 270.
But Calgary's got a great back end. Like Steos won a...
Oh yeah, you like that back end, eh?
Yeah. Well, he got Podbay and Tebow. Steve Steos won the lottery one year, so he's a 16 defense already at age 21. Throwing Kasperitis, Kelly Johansson carrying the offense. And Ed Jovanovski probably going to get ice time as a rookie.
As long as he deploys them correctly, that's the big thing.
Yeah. Like Nathan Lafayette. Don't sleep on Nathan Lafayette. I mean, I don't think Craig McTavish. I think Craig McTavish... Well, yeah, he's 36 years old. Like, I think it's crazy that he traded Keith Kachuk away and all those guys, Cam Neely and stuff. He wanted to change the identity of the team from when Giraffe had the team. So I get it. But by the same token, they're still good. It's got a lot of good prospects in there. Chris Gratton is coming in the pike. Mike Johnson. It's got a good pipeline coming in, and I just think he retooled nicely. He had a shit year last year, so yeah. What do you guys think about Calgary? Give me your take.
I think they had a down year last year.
Oh, down year
They're
is
100% going to have a better year. I can't see them.
statistically they had their worst year in franchise history. Mind you, by 2 points. They missed the playoffs 3 years in a row. They've only made the playoffs once in their history. They've only scored this. I think it broke a league record or it came close, but they only scored 178 goals last year. That is crazy. Hey Louis, you fucking
Hey,
ghost, you
I
asshole!
know.
You're supposed to be in this thing here with us, you dink.
You defended yourself.
I'm not saying Calgary's good, but they're better than what's left.
So you just ignore us, man?
You don't have to analyze, you just got to make a prediction. Or at least tell us you're not going to show up and not wait till the freaking 11th hour and ghost me. You prick. Power play. 10.2 power play percentage. Obviously kind of ties in with the shitty
Is that
offensive
better than
output.
mine?
Hey?
Is that better than mine?
Washington let me see here. You were at 10.4. Calgary was a 10 point. What did I say? 10.2?
Hey, Louis, I forgive you.
All right. Penalty kill. Calgary's up there. Like, they are a good defensive team, but they got to find goals. They find goals, they'll do good. But right now, Rob Brindamore cannot do it all by himself. Peter Bondra needs to have a way better year. 3 years in a row with Calgary that he's only had 30 points. With a 16 and with a 16 offense, the tactics are not matching his skill level. Either flip him or do something with him because Bondra is rotting in Calgary. This is a guy who scored 500 career goals in real life. How is he only scoring an average of 16 goals a year for Calgary is beyond me.
Washington will take him if Louis is not interested.
You know what? You guys could make a deal. Choog, who's gonna finish after Calgary? Is it gonna be LA or is it gonna be Anaheim?
Anaheim.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's not me. I'm not picking. I pick Anaheim last. Choogy, 5th place, you said?
Yes, sir. I did get answers from Anaheim.
Okay. Where do you have Anaheim finishing, Joey?
So I have LA finishing 6th and Anaheim 7th.
Do Anaheim first. See, Joey and I are intelligent. What's your reasoning?
I think Paul Correa is going to have a crazy year. I think I get like 400 points.
But they literally have no centers. Rob Niedermeyer is the guy, but he's 19 and a 1-star.
Yeah, Korea needs someone feeding them the puck at least.
Yeah.
Hopefully Niedermeyer plays better than his stars suggest.
Oh no, I still think they're 3 seasons away. Like they got Sheldon Surrey coming in, Brad Lukowich, Landon Wilson. Landon Wilson, I think, won a lottery boost. I don't know, man. Anaheim is still far away, and
This is my one underdog crazy prediction of the set.
now okay. Well, here's a question. Well, tell me what the questionnaire is. What did he answer?
Where do you predict you'll place in your division? He said not last. Where do you think everyone else? Where do you think the host will put you last? Uh, what was your goal this offseason? Shed oldest players and prepare for next generation playing on the farm.
Okay.
Uh, what would be considered a successful year for your team? 35 wins and no green jackets.
Ooh.
Anything you would like to say? Need to get under the soft cap. I lost track just getting guys signed. Looking for any potential out on the waiver wire.
54 points last year. Do you think Anaheim's going to get more than 54 points?
I think he's going to pick up about half the league off of waivers.
220
So I think
goals for, 343 goals against.
I think every gap in his lineup is going to be plugged with at least one guy. Like
And-
one 12, 13 rated guy.
9.6 power play.
Ouch.
Hopefully Paul Korea.
Oh. No, I think Anaheim. I know I see the strategy that he's doing. You know, he's going to stockpile and live off the waiver wire. Like you said, makes perfect sense. Build off the back end and build off the front. I mean, getting Paul Korea right out of the gate is good. But he's got, I mean, without someone feeding him the puck, they're doomed. Or actually Paul Korea is a good passer. He's not a shooter. He's got Paul Korea needs his own Timu Solani.
Paul Korea would look good with Scott Stevens.
Yeah, I bet they would get along great.
Yeah, I know, but no way. No way. I think Anaheim's in trouble. I pick LA to finish above Anaheim. You have him last. Joey has him same position as me because he's not crazy. LA got
Southern California's going to be in it for a rough time again, I think.
I think Wardo's going to have a much better year. I think he made a great offseason. He landed Steve Yzerman. Someone to play with John McClain. Brian Bradley is going to be good, getting him from Boston. Larionov is still being Larionov. I mean, Kolzig is still improving at age 24, although his potential is starting to drop off. But he didn't sign. I don't know if he signed his prospects, but Ryan Smith, Wisnowski, Dandino. I think they're in good shape. Now, are they going to be better than Calgary? No. Or Vancouver or Edmonton? No. But man, they're definitely not going to be worse than Anaheim.
Yeah, I can't see them finishing below Anaheim at all.
Like Wardos made some good moves.
Hey, Anaheim's in chat. I believe in you, buddy. You got this. Don't let me down. I bet on you.
I still think
I got humiliated.
See, Wardo, I have to give Wardo credit because he has the difficult task of unmattifying the LA Kings.
Unmattifying, I love that.
Oh, Matt. As much as he blew up every team he ever used.
Like he had such a good team with the Legion of Doom line, and like Christ, LA made it to the finals last year or their first year. Remember that?
And then he just decides, nope, I'm done.
Like Matt was just a meme. Like LA made the playoffs first 3 years of their existence. LA, and 2 seasons ago they only had 23 points all season with 10 wins, and they already had a 15-point improvement. And I think they're going to be better than the 38 points that they had. Although they had their worst offensive team, they only scored 190 goals. That's not good.
Yeah.
But they also did not give up 480 goals like they did the 2 seasons ago. So that's good. But they also had the worst power play ever, I think. 7.7%. But had one of their best penalty kills all time, 84.3%.
Nice.
They fun stat. LA only scored one shorthanded goal all year.
Hey, one's better than none.
That is crazy. Yeah. But oh wait, I didn't add. They won the green jacket. I forgot to add it to their sheet here. They won 2 green jackets. Remind me to add that to their team sheet. Keep forgetting about them. All right. Lastly, Norris Division.
Last but not least.
Who wants to make a prediction?
St. Louis first.
Wardo, I hope you signed your ELCs, because I hope you get the 40 contracts or you're in trouble. Who
You're
just
in trouble.
Choogy?
That's
What?
in St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah, I had the same.
They had a great year last year, and I think they'll either repeat this year or do a little bit better. Ed Belfour, Luke Robitaille, Ron Francis, Brett Hall, Kevin Hatcher.
That first line is gross.
Yeah.
That's what did us in the Cup final 2 years ago.
Team is crazy.
I'm gonna make a crazy.
Definitely top heavy. Definitely a top heavy team. But if they all perform, then
I'm going second in their division. And here's my reason why. St. Louis is gonna go as far as Easter Gooner invests in this team.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't think
Egg has it all planned out.
No, but Easter Gooner has not done an export for St. Louis yet. And he had the team last season too. Like he had him in the off season. He did not make any he did not make any signings.
That he had his issues all set with too.
Yeah. He did not make any signings. He did not extend contracts. He almost lost Luke Robitaille and Ron Francis, right? Because he came in right at the off season, so I kind of gave him a pass. St. Louis is going to go where Easter Gooner takes them, because we've seen some great teams be very mediocre over the course of a season when GMs don't export. Injuries push guys down when they get put back in. Depth.
A good or bad GM can definitely make or break a team.
Yeah. I think
not even whether it's good or bad, even just an active GM who isn't as knowledgeable as the inactive.
You need an active GM. and unless you put your settings on full autopilot, even the AI won't be as good as you think they will be, because I feel that, like, I'm going to use Crump and stuff. Wombat is a perfect example. Are the Jets on paper the best team in the league?
No, not at all.
No, not at all. That's the Islanders on paper. But
Egg, I did have a question
yeah,
before you continue. How did Patrick Roy get 12 as was my leading scorer in the preseason?
I don't know.
he, he had 12 points in 4 games.
Attaboy.
Wow.
Attaboy. FHM's gonna FHM, I guess. But the thing is that the reason why Winnipeg is well run is because a GM was active and he actually did the work. Same thing with Montreal. Montreal shouldn't have been this good when Hines had the team. But Skyven Drake turned it into a competitive team.
Well, funny, there's a theme around Hines and his team.
I don't mean to be a distraction, but Tom Barrasso had 22 points in 2 games in the preseason. All the goalies were every team's leading scorer. Grant Fuhr had 30 points in the preseason.
That's awesome. Like, there's some teams that are well run tactics. Like, I'll even say Choog's team. No way Washington should be making the playoffs every year. I think Washington is terrible on paper.
Wow, thanks, buddy.
No, but on paper. Like, but some teams overachieve, or based on how active a GM is. It's the way it is. That's why I put St. Louis second, because there's nothing else to say about St. Louis is that they're an offensive juggernaut. It doesn't take a genius. They are incredible, right? 356 goals scored last year. They only gave up 245. They are going to be good. 15.8%. Power play, good. Like, everything's good on this team. But highest goal differential in franchise history. But he had control of this team in the playoffs, and they lost in the division finals. So this,
yeah, but a full off season plus a full season to get used to what you have, I think that changes a lot.
yeah.
If you're active.
If you're active. So
Active.
because it's Easter Gooner's first full season as a GM, I'm gonna use the benefit of the doubt and give him second place only on that. That's why I'm giving him second place with an asterisk.
Hey, Easter Gooner, do your best, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna pick my number one team. I think it's gonna be Toronto.
I don't hate it. I definitely think St. Louis will finish ahead of them, but
Where do you have Toronto?
second.
Second.
I think they're a more balanced team as far as like depth goes. But I think if St. Louis's top guys perform, I think they finish higher.
I think Blaze has put together an incredible team. 2 scoring first lines. Great bottom 6, with the exception of Valerie Kamensky. He's got Schneider, Zhitnik, and Darian Hatcher, and then bottom 6 of shot blocking machines. The only thing that's really shitty about Toronto right now is that they have 0 pipeline. They don't have a first round pick for the next 2 seasons. They are in trouble. I think they're going to flip more draft picks down the road to get more depth. But I think Toronto's in rough shape in that regard. But take a team at its, my asterisk for Toronto, though, for the number 1 team in the league, is they are 1 injury away because they have no one in the minors to offset. if someone goes down. So I say they're gonna finish first in their division, provided they don't get hurt. What is your take, guys?
I think Toronto's floor is second. I think they definitely can get first place, but I think St. Louis will finish ahead of them again.
Yeah, I'm just looking at their
They're just not as good
depth chart right now. It's
defensively.
pretty bad.
That's what I'm saying. They're one injury away.
Their forwards are fantastic, but I just think that defensively they don't have the depth to keep up with St. Louis.
They matched their team record for points. They had identical stats last year, except they improved defensively by 30 goals. No, that's only for your team, Wombat. Yeah, great team. Like I think Alexei Kovalev, FHM, loves this guy.
If you don't behave, we'll activate the injury gun. Zap your team. That's why Randy never wins. Every time he misbehaves, we zap him with the.
Yeah, so I think Toronto's going to do well. We'll see. Joey, who's finishing third in your division, in North Division?
I actually have Tampa Bay finishing third on mine. I liked how they finished the season last year, or actually the whole season, really. They look to be improving as well.
Okay. Yeah, he built a pretty good team.
I have Detroit in that spot.
You know, I should right now. I want you to tell me where you want Tampa. Where's Tampa going to finish?
Third.
Third in the North?
Not fourth. I mean fourth.
Whoops. Fourth. Fuck. That's another Steelers is another GM that I say third. Yeah. What's your reasoning, Choog? For them dropping
Honestly, drop Tampa to fourth for me.
Okay.
No, drop Tampa to fifth.
Drop Tampa to fifth.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Ooh. Look at this guy. KY fifth.
I just think that the two teams I'm gonna put ahead of them are better.
Really?
I just don't think Tampa has what they have.
I think that and I think I'm going to assume see the North Division is very tough to predict. Because I think the North Division is the strongest division in the league. And the only reason why I think Tampa's going to finish third, and maybe Joey's going to agree with me, is that Tampa is a poor man's Winnipeg Jets. Because Steelers has put together a team that has players that fills every role. Not like, you got some GMs, okay, I got to get as many offensive guys as I can, but completely ignoring the penalty kill or face-offs or shot blocking, or you know what I mean. They just want to stock as they draft based on the name and not based on the attributes. I feel that Steelers got his guy with Yashin, added Brandon Shanahan by trade from Ottawa. He worked out well. Drafted Shatan.
Yep.
He's only getting better. Trent Klatt had a great year last year. I think he's only going to get better. I think he's going to overachieve. Same thing with Brian Rolston.
They are very much like Winnipeg. The more I look at this team,
Yeah,
they don't have really anyone flashy, but yet he made it work last year, and they just look good.
yeah, like Yashin's the guy, and Yuri Slager picked him up from Washington, has been nothing short of sensational for Tampa. Now, is goaltending going to be the big question mark? I think that's where there's the rub. Like I mean, relying on a 1.5 talent Tommy Salo, I think, is going to be the big question. But they got the pieces. I don't know. I just think that Steelers has what it takes to, because he's one of I think 4 GMs that actually export every day in twice on the weekends, like per day on Saturday and Sunday. He's one of the few GMs that's always on top of his shit. So, and I think the nowhere to go but up. Tell me I'm wrong. Choog, tell me I'm wrong.
Well, I can explain my crazy choice.
A 35-point jump. I mean, I think it's because there's two other teams that are just going to be better. It's not that Tampa is bad, is that you think there's going to be two teams that are just going to be better.
I think these two teams will be very good.
Yeah, and I think I know which teams those are. Like obviously Dallas and Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit. I have Detroit third,
All
Dallas fourth.
right. Okay, well let's fill that out now. Detroit third. Oh no, that's me. Dallas third. Where do you have Detroit third. Where do you have Detroit, Joey?
Let's look at these rosters now. I literally just made a change on my own list.
Oh, okay.
I actually put Dallas at 4th,
Where'd you put Detroit? Fifth?
right below them at 5th. They were flip flop. It was toss up for me.
What do I have? Ooh. Yeah.
I did get a response from Detroit. I can read that now.
I have Detroit fifth as well.
Detroit said, "Where do you predict you will place in your division?" He said, "Middle of the pack." Where do you think we're gonna put you? No idea. What was your goal this offseason? Get tougher and more defensive. And what would you consider a success for your season? Growth of his youth.
Growth of his youth.
That's not how he said the growth of some youngsters, but yeah.
I mean, Doug Gilmore, Adam Oates, Doug Brown, Robert Lang, Wendell Clark, yeah, and Jamie Langenbrunner is going to slot in.
I think they will get a lot of. I think they will score a lot of points, and I think they will not get scored on a lot.
Detroit needs. I don't. I still think Detroit overachieved last year.
No way, their top six is splendid. Or
22,
their top six forwards are splendid.
22-point jump for Detroit. This is a team that's also, and this is not an indictment on Campbell. Detroit's going to go where Campbell takes them. Right? Now, is there a correlation to how good your team's going to be based on how many exports you do over the course of a week? Obviously not. But it's what you do within those exports. If you tweak and whatever, you're going to succeed. I feel that GMs in this league have found their own personal meta that fits with the blueprint of their franchise. They know what they have. Detroit had their best season in franchise history last year. Are they going to be bad? No. I think they're going to make the playoffs. But they have no backup goalie. So and you got to start your backup goalie 12 games, or he has to make an appearance 12 games. And I don't trust a goalie named Paris Doofus.
I trust Paris Doofus.
I mean, Marty Turco got drafted or got traded for Tim Thomas, I think.
Yeah, he came from me when I got Tim Thomas back.
Yeah. So Turco will be the goalie of the future to replace Mike Vernon because he's up there at 31 years old. However, if Vernon decides to retire next year, Harris Dupus, you're the guy. Hasn't played a game yet in bowl.
And it's not going to help Turco at all if you throw him in there. The line's down there.
Like Detroit had a great year last year. Beat franchise records in goals for. Not a team record for goals against, but it was still good. Not a great power play, 12.9. Terrible, well, not a good penalty kill at 81.8. See, special teams will be an issue for Detroit. I mean, it's easy to think on paper that this team is going to repeat what they did last year, but I don't think so. They'll be way better than what teams are in the Smite division. But yeah. Okay, so leads me to my next pick, which is going to be Dallas at number 4. I'm assuming Dallas number 4 for you, for Choog.
Yes, sir.
And you have Dallas at number 4. Joey?
That is correct.
Dallas is crazy deep. Mike Modano,
Hey.
Ray Ferraro, Mike Ritchie, Jeb Courtnall, Yuri Lettinen. Lettinen's only 21. He's only getting better. Shit, man. Like Mike Gartner. He's 34 and he put up 60 goals last year. And can't forget that he got Chris Chelios and Ray Bork on the back end, although they're over 30. Like, I mean, this is Dallas's winning window with who they have. He's got some prospects coming up, but Dallas does not have a strong prospect pool coming in. But that comes with the territory of being in win now mode, which clearly Dallas is in. Tom Barrasso is going to lead the charge with he's in his age 29 season. He's doing incredibly well. Did not have a great season last year in terms of Dallas, but Dallas started off really weak last year. I think that's because I'm going to assume they had a lot of injuries. Yeah, 248 injuries. Dallas is another team that has not missed the playoffs. However, last season was the worst season that they've had. Historically, 84 points. I think some teams would dream to have that.
Yeah.
But Dallas had Mike Modano for only 17 games, and he scored 21 points in those 17 games. Now I want to see what Mike Modano is going to do in a full season with Dallas, and I think playing with Mike Gartner, the goals are going to come flying. Ray Bork had a bit of a setback statistically last year. I think this is the first time that he did not win the Bork trophy. I think it was the Bork.
Wow, change the name.
No, the Langway trophy. He had won it 4 seasons in a row. This is the first season where he did not win it. Which is testament to, like I said, did not have a great year statistically. I want to believe that Dallas is going to have a bounce back year. I think this GM is one of those GMs that are he's very hands-on. He
I
doesn't.
know he's the all-star for team reports.
Yeah, he's great at writing team stories. And I want to.
Does he use AI for those, or does he actually write those?
I think he actually writes those.
Oh, he's gung ho, man. You got to give him credit where credit is due. I think this GM corrects. He knows when to correct, but he doesn't he doesn't overcorrect. Correct. I don't know if that makes any sense. You know, you got some GMs that just make a trade to make a trade, or they're too impatient for the development of a guy and says, "Fuck it, I'll just trade him and get a guy in win now mode who happens to retire in 2 years, and then the other player ends up having a great career that he traded away because he just didn't wait long enough for them to. Because not every player develops the same, right? Yeah, but I think Dallas will make the playoffs. I just don't know.
And I guess that just leaves one, right?
Yeah, Chicago. What? I want to know what Crump said, but he's in an ad break, so he's behind the paywall. All right, Chicago, last place.
He said not a chance. That's AI. It's still good, but totally AI.
Aaron left ball, like all of the leagues.
Yeah. Well, real life, right? But for Chicago,
It happened.
Chicago, she put all her eggs in a basket at the beginning of the year. The beginning of bowl soft cap went full win now mode. Right. Got some great guys. Peter Klima, Pat LaPontaine, and all that. They did manage to sign Donald Odette. I think Donald Odette. No, he was always in Chicago, but he signed Steve Larmer from Tampa. Mike Bullard from Hartford. So I think Chicago's going to be good, but like I said, it's AI. And Schonberg, they have good players. Like I mean, it's just that the other teams are going to be better than Chicago. I mean, I can't say anything bad for Chicago.
This is easily the strongest division
Yeah,
in soft cap.
it's easy to say that Chicago, like the North Division, can have every team above 500. I mean, it's possible, right?
Depends on how the Smythe does.
All right, so playoffs.
Talking about playoffs.
Islanders. Tirana. Whoops, not here. Islander. No, whoops, Jesus. Islanders.
Jeez.
I'm just gonna do my bracket, and then you guys can do your brackets after. I'll just I'll fill it as you guys talk. Toronto and Winnipeg.
I think I threw a couple Hail Marys in there just to see what happens.
I think.
We'll have to revisit it come playoff time and see how it looks.
Yeah. So I think teams that make the playoffs are going to be Washington, who's going to unfortunately have to face off against the Islanders. And then, actually, no.
What?
No. The eighth. No, I thought about it wrong. It's going to be the Rangers.
Battle of New York.
New York Islanders, New York Rangers, and then I think Montreal is going to face off against New Jersey. I think Buffalo is going to face off against Washington. And I think Boston is going to face off. Actually, no. Ottawa. Montreal's going to face off against Ottawa. And then, yeah. And then Boston against New Jersey.
Again. Oh, joy.
The way it is, man. And then for Toronto, I know the best team in the league will be Winnipeg. I think they're gonna face off. Six. One, two. Shit. I think Winnipeg is gonna face off against Vancouver. Yeah, I am Crump. Vancouver. Winnipeg. Toronto. I think Toronto's going to face off against Detroit first round. And then next is going to be St. Louis. And unfortunately, it's going to face off against San Jose. It's tough to do the brackets because there's reseeding and shit. And I didn't really put that much thought into it. And then lastly, I have Tampa against Dallas. All right, Montreal is going to win. Buffalo is going to beat Washington.
What the?
Islanders are going to beat the Rangers because, you know. And Boston's going to beat New Jersey.
Wow, Egg is going no upsets.
Nope.
Playing it safe.
I think Buffalo, well, there's my first upset. I think Buffalo is going to upend Montreal. And I think the
He was going to get his revenge. Say it.
There you go. And then Islanders are going to make it to the Cup final again.
Why does it say New Jersey next to my logo?
Whoops.
You got colonized.
Toronto is going to beat Detroit. St. Louis is going to beat. Whoops. Winnipeg over Vancouver, and then I see Dallas beating Tampa. I think it's gonna be my first upset. I think that's an upset for me. Yeah. I see Toronto upsetting St. Louis. I see Winnipeg against Toronto. And then Winnipeg. And then I see, but I'm calling the Islanders to win it.
Wait, do you have Buffalo or Montreal in the semifinals?
Buffalo, sorry.
Wow.
I think the Islanders and Winnipeg are too good.
think that's probably a pretty safe bet.
All right, Chugi, who do you have? Montreal. You got the Islanders. You got St. Louis. You have Winnipeg. All right, who do you have next? Let's do the Whales first, and we'll finish it up, and then we'll do Campbell. So Montreal against who?
I don't know with the seeding.
Well, who's the number one seed in the Wales going to be?
Islanders.
Okay, who do you think is going to be the 8th place team that makes it in?
Probably the Rangers.
All right. Yeah, Montreal against number 7.
Buffalo.
Okay. Next is a 3rd seed. So who's going to finish number 3 in the conference? Boston, Ottawa.
Probably Boston.
Okay. Boston. And who do you think they're going to face off against?
Ottawa.
Okay. And
And New Jersey, Washington.
That would be a good series.
all right, who advances?
Montreal, Boston, Islanders, and Capitals.
Montreal, Boston, Islanders, Capitals. All right, who advances?
Montreal Islanders.
Okay, who makes it to the finals?
Islanders.
All right. All right, let's do the Campbell Conference. Number 1 team in the league is Winnipeg. Who are they facing off against? Or do you think unless you think St. Louis is going to be number 1?
I think Winnipeg will be number 1.
Okay, who are they facing off against?
Can you scroll up a bit? Vancouver.
Cooper. Okay, St. Louis against who?
Dallas.
Okay, 3rd place team is who? Toronto or San Jose or Detroit?
San Jose.
Oh, you think San Jose is going to?
Toronto.
Toronto. Okay. And they're facing off against who?
Edmonton.
Okay. And then you have
San Jose and then Detroit.
San Jose and Detroit. All right, who advances between St. Louis and Dallas?
St. Louis, Toronto, Winnipeg, San Jose.
Okay. Who advances?
Toronto.
I'm assuming Winnipeg.
Yep.
Who makes it to the conference?
Winnipeg.
And who wins the cup?
Winnipeg.
All right. Juju.
Juju.
All right, let's go Islanders over here. All right, who's the number one team in the Eastern Conference? I'm assuming it's the Islanders.
Yeah, I'll go with the Islanders.
And who are they facing off against?
I see them facing.
Who's
I'll go
the?
Philly.
Gonna go Philly. Montreal against who?
Montreal will be against. I think Ottawa would be a fun one.
Okay, third place team is.
I'll go myself.
Boston. Against who?
I see myself. I think it's Washington.
And then lastly, Buffalo and New Jersey.
Buffalo, New Jersey. Yeah.
All right, let's finish off this bracket.
All right. So I think we go Montreal. It's gonna be a close one, but I think we'll pull it off. Boston.
You're being
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
Well, played you twice before. They've been close. Islanders. And we'll go Buffalo. I think Sky will get his revenge. I see Montreal moving on.
okay.
And I got to go with men.
Okay.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think the Islanders take out Montreal.
All right. All right, let's do St. Louis.
Do I think Winnipeg will finish first overall? Yes.
All right, who are they facing off against?
I probably have them against Vancouver. Means St. Louis would be against Dallas.
Okay.
And then actually, I'm going to have San Jose facing off against Tampa.
Ooh, that's a good series.
And what's left? Toronto and Edmonton?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. I actually think Dallas could knock off St. Louis.
Really hot take. All
Yeah,
right.
that's my hot take for the playoffs.
San Jose and Tampa.
San Jose.
All right.
Jets will take that next one.
Okay.
And I'll go Toronto.
Toronto. All right. Next round.
I think it's going to be, oh, man. San Jose.
Ooh.
I think they come back. God, why did I do this to myself? I'll go Winnipeg. It'll be close series. I think it's going to go to 7.
Who wins here?
Sorry, Wombat. I think San Jose takes you out.
Oh. Okay.
I had to do it.
Who wins the cup?
And then I think Min takes it though. Ultimately,
Some great predictions. All right. All right, folks. Now let's talk bowl. Anyone have any questions about the state of bowl? Any questions about dispersal? As we all know, Chicago and Buffalo will be retracted. Teams can relocate to any NHL team. They have to be an NHL team or an AHL team.
Randy, people would be nicer to you in trades if you were nicer to them. That's a piece
Randy,
of
I
advice
think
to give you.
if you were half as invested into the Nordiques as you were into the Lions, I think your Quebec would have been good 2 seasons ago.
It does feel like Quebec took a back seat.
Yeah. As long as you keep telling yourself that, Randy, you'll just keep pissing everyone off.
I feel that there's some GMs who are pushovers and they just want to trade to avoid, like, they don't think it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. You're not going to make an enemy in a GM, right? And I feel that a lot of GMs don't realize is that the goal of a trade is to trade something you have too much of or an asset that you feel that you can survive without, an investment, and you acquire a position that you lack. People tend to think they're trying to win a trade. You don't. Winning a trade is very subjective. Address a need that you have, and don't be afraid to give up an asset that you don't need. But the thing is that if across all three bowl leagues, I feel that GMs are not expressing patience. Well, historical, no, I think there's no trades there. That's a bad take there. But the other two leagues, I feel that GMs are too impatient with their players, and they're flipping here. Um, which goes to my other thing is that I don't care if GMs export once a week. I'm okay with that. However, the main events that happen over the course of a week, whether it's monthly finances,
Off season.
off-season stuff, signing your players, signing your staff, meeting a certain quota in terms of minimum contracts and stuff. Those are not suggestions, they're requirements, and it slows me down. And I have to make judgment calls. And then a GM gets mad. Well, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? Look up Joe Sakic. And then they get mad and then they leave the league. Well, but you are the architect of your own scenario. So you cannot be mad that you lost player A if you did not when you knew you had all season to sign them. Right? So if ever you're not sure of who to sign, it's quite easy. When you go to sign, you go to finances, salary obligations, and look at when their contract is ending. Like this guy here, his contract's going to end this season. It's nothing to just right click and offer a contract, extend the player.
You go to transactions and then expiring contracts.
And you can go there too, yeah. Upcoming FAs. See this guy. Right? I like to go to salary expectations, especially when it comes to when you're in a cap league, because it tells you how much you have. It tells you how much, you know what I mean? It kind of gives you, because it also includes if you had some contracts that are retaining salary, it breaks it down with you if you have buyouts and retained salary. So, but this is a good visual to say, oh Christ, Peter Klima is expiring. Right click, offer contract, or you know what I mean? Salary is the same as cap obligations. Cap obligations is just how much, like right now, this is how much it's affecting your cap. This is how much it's affecting your contract. This is a better way to identify, like, okay, well, his last contract is 8,000. If I right click him and I try to sign him, he's probably going to ask for more. or he'll tell you, I don't want to sign with you, whatever. So try again in January when his happiness changes, or in October. It resets in October and January, and that's when you can don't wait until June 23rd to sign your guys, because that's when he says, Nah, I don't want to sign you. I'm gone. Like, oh, here's a great example. Dallas. Okay, well, Mike Gardner's like, this is his last contract, and you know he's going to become a UFA. Well, what's holding you back to re-sign this guy? Like, don't wait till the last minute to sign him. Like, if you know these guys have a future with your franchise, then sign them. And if you know they don't have a future, and you with your franchise, and you have too much of said player, and go ahead, right click, and either make a trade, put him on the trade block.
You should also trade all of your players to Washington, especially the good ones.
Like, there's some guys who just want to sign 1 year contracts. When you see a guy in their 30s only wanting a 1 year contract, they're close to their retirement, right? So you have to be careful. You have to like micromanage and re-sign them every year. But look, Quebec's got a lot of expiring contracts, so they're going to have to do a lot of signing for next year, or these guys are going to walk or become an RFA. Like, this is not accurate, obviously, because I did not import yet. But yeah. Like, who knows? Winnipeg might want to flip Kelly Miller. Would you want to re-sign a 31-year-old guy? Maybe. The guy's been money in the bank. He's won a couple of Selkies. I loved him in Washington. Brandy, you just want us to say you had the best draft. I know your game.
Boop, boop.
Gretzky's gonna retire. I'm gonna guess he's around age 38.
I mean, he has 27 team player rating. I would hope he has good chemistry.
That's ridiculous.
Like, remember
That's not even fair.
that the dispersal draft. So let's just say Chicago is here, and I have the lottery ball system. He can drop all the way to the bottom. However, team of 24, the highest they can go is 5 spots. Not 19, up 5 spots. It all depends when your ball gets picked. Whoever had the best draft. Whew. I mean, obviously Quebec.
He just wants you to say it was him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You could just hear the him casting the line there.
Yeah, he's fishing.
But look at Pittsburgh. Jose Theodore, Ty Conklin, Passy Nurmanen. Said fuck it, leaning in. I know there's gonna be some relocations. Who's relocating? Pittsburgh is moving to Hershey. Islanders are moving to Pittsburgh. Montreal is moving to Columbus. New Jersey is moving to Montreal.
Nice, I got a little brother.
And then whoever else, like, I mean, I don't know if someone wants St. Louis or Chicago. Sucks to lose an original 16, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's going to be based geographically. Hershey Bears.
What happened to historical teams
Well, they are historical. They can only
in
relocate
the
to
NHL?
NHL or AHL.
Ooh. Yeah, that sucks. Hey, you should. There's a there's a dollar amount he can offer me, and I would switch teams. All you have to do is DM me. There is an amount that I would switch for.
ECHL. I don't know. Maybe I don't.
He wants
I don't care if
he
there's
wants
$500
Florida.
$500. I'll give him the Caps.
real cash.
Yeah.
Barry's got a cool tattoo of Ovechkin, lifting the cup.
If he carves the tattoo off of him and hands it to me, I'll give him the Caps.
Now Barry's he doesn't talk much in Discord, but he's a good guy. He's like a remember Henry? Quiet. He does his exports.
Quiet.
He's very quiet, guys. I'm just worried about Easter Gooner.
Hey, Mr. Gooner, are you here?
Mr. Gunnar, I think, has a red flag already.
And to some extent Minerva.
Wow, that's a whole different basis.
Well, Louis, you're always unavailable. You're always
Louis, come back! I miss you, Louis.
Louis, don't ghost your friends when we're trying to talk to you.
too busy talking to ladyboys from Thailand. Hey, anyway, with that said, we're gonna wrap up this preview show. Thank you for tuning in. For those who are watching this on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe for more shows. We're gonna expand some soft cap shows. Have maybe a prospect show. Oh, Hulk! Thank you for the subscription with the primer.
Hey, don't forget that I bet on Anaheim this year. Don't let me down.
And and we're gonna have other shows. We'll have various guests. It's not just Joey and Choog. Anyone who wants to come on, shoot me when I do a show. I'm gonna canvass our GMs across 3 leagues if they want to talk. And you know, it's not always the same guys doing the preview.
Nope.
We'll do a post-mortem to see if they were right, and then we'll rinse and repeat. I'd like to have 3 GMs and me just being the host. But because this is perfect, 3 GMs I think is good with a host. And then so with that said, enjoy. Thank you for hanging out. Enjoy the rest of whatever day you are watching this. And I'll see you guys later.
Bye,
Take care, guys.
everybody.
Oh, and thank you, Choog and Joey, for participating. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all the GMs who are coming out to this, but I appreciate
Thanks
you
for
guys.
having us.
All right, take care.
The ice is cold, the lights are bright. On Boiled Egg Stream, we play tonight. 22 teams ready to fight, chasing dreams in the pale moonlight. Feet on the ground, hearts in the sky. We're in the ball, we're ready to fly. With every pass and every goal, We're making history, rocking the bowl. From coast to coast, we're all in line. Taking the shot, it's our time to shine. The crowd's on fire, the tension's tight. And boiled egg stream is hockey night. Skates on the ground, hearts in the sky. We're in the bowl, we're ready to fly. With every pass and every goal, we're making history, rocking the bowl. The clock's ticking down, but we're not done. We're second to none. We'll fight till the end, we'll never fall. On boiled extreme, the story's told. Skates on the ground, hearts in the sky. We're in the bowl, we're ready to fly. With every pass and every goal, we're making history, we're rocking the bowl. So crank up the sound, feel the vibe. In boiled extreme, we're alive. The puck's in play, let the games roll. Welcome to Boys of Winter, let's rock and roll.